So, I want to talk to you about something really magical. That's exploring colors through the art of making a color chart. Now, as an artist, we know that color holds immense power, right? They can invoke emotion, set moods, and really breathe life into our creations. But have you ever really taken the time to truly understand the possibilities of the colors? Well, that's where a color chart really comes in. So I'm going to be exploring and making a quick color chart with my new Rosa paints that I absolutely love. Big shout out to my patrons. My very first month on Patreon, they allowed me to buy all of these wonderful colors that I'm sharing with you today. So I am not one to usually make color charts. As a matter of fact, I really never made color charts. I didn't even have a lot of different paints. I started out with a little Cotman kit when I began painting, and I would mix all my colors always. And I never bought the tubes of all these brilliant colors. So I would just, save money and mix my own. But let me tell you that making a color chart is really a brilliant adventure, because by swatching and organizing your range of colors, we really get to witness the mesmerizing relationships between color. And really, it's a journey of discovery, and it has infinite creative possibilities. So with a color chart, we can experiment with different color combos, observe how the colors blend, maybe how they clash, understand how the little variations by adding a little bit more water really creates a different visual experience and so many possibilities. And moreover, a color chart really serves as a really handy reference tool. If you need a specific shade for a painting, all you got to do is just consult your trusty chart and the different paints that you have, because you can do color charts with all of your paints, different brands, and it can help you achieve those harmonious color schemes and give you that perfect harmony that you're looking for. So it's kind of like having your own personal color guru, like right there with you at your fingertips. And I know that they have these new little color blocks. I've seen them advertised. And one of my friends picked one up, actually one of my students, Kellie, and she says she loves them. They're pretty expensive, but they give you like great color combos, almost like if you were to look at, you want to paint your house, grab one of those little color charts, and they've really done all the work for you. So let's just take a look at these colors. Remember, sometimes when you're making your own color chart, you really can capture the essence of what you like. So like when I'm buying paints, I'm always buying the paints that I really, really love. So these Rosa watercolors, and you can see that the colors match pretty good. They've got a really good matching from their picture on the tubes to the actual color on the chart. So I was just totally playing with this stuff. I did some flowers, and I used every single color that I had swatched out. And there's quite a few different ones. There are more that I did not pick up yet, but hopefully with next month I'll be able to add a few more of these to my repertoire. I do have the Rosa paint in the little tins, but I had never tried the tube paints before. So I created a little color chart here, and I'm just going to basically put in those colors. Now, you saw at the beginning that really fancy color chart that I was showing you. That's actually in my watercolor affinity course. We go through how to do that. But this is just the basic colors, because these colors are all brand new to me. I wanted to see which ones were transparent, which ones were semi-transparent, which ones had granulation. So I'll probably do a more in-depth color chart by mixing these colors together at a later date. So this is just the initial wash of the new 14 colors that I picked up. And I tried to pick up stuff that I didn't have, with the exception of a few of them that I was low on. I have been using that Rosa kit for a while. So if you go back to see some of the YouTube videos, you can see that I've really been having a lot of fun with it, probably since January of this year. So I have been using it now for 7 months, and it's almost been 7 months straight. I haven't used anything else during that time frame. So I was out of some of the colors, mainly the blues, the yellows, and I've been using a lot of like the rose shades as well. So I did get a few of those. And then, of course, yellow is a great color to have. The Quinacridone Gold is great to have, especially if I'm doing a lot of landscapes and seascapes. It's great for fall coming up. I know, can't believe that I'm thinking of fall already. I shouldn't even say that out loud, should I? But those colors are great for that. And I love the Maple Rose. That was something I didn't expect. It is very fleshy color, which is really pretty. Not that I do a lot of people, but you know what? Now that I have that color, I could. And also nice for those really pastel-y type flowers, which I don't do those usually either. So some good colors for me to kind of experiment and play a little bit. So this one's the Madder Rose, a nice shade of red. And I did read that you have to be careful with some of the colors because even though they are showing them as 3 stars as far as being light fast, very light fast, I've heard, and I cannot guarantee it or commit to this yet because I have not been using these for over a year, but they do say that they fade, some of these colors will fade in the sunlight. So just be aware of that. And, you know, I'm going to probably put some of these out just to see what they're going to do at a later date for my own stuff. So Magenta Rose is a super pretty color as well. Went through and just sketched, did a quick swatch, not a sketch, a swatch of all of these colors just to see what they were going to do. Well, you know, the darkest part of the pigment, mid-range tones, and then the very light. And it really gives you an idea of how you can utilize those colors in your paintings. And if you're brand new to watercolor, you know, this might be a little tricky for you when you're first starting out because, you know, how much paint do you use? How much water do you use? So this is a great way to explore that as well. So you can kind of get a little handle on, you know, how much pigment do I need? It's not like painting with acrylic. So if you were an acrylic painter or an oil painter, sometimes when you switch to watercolors, it's really tricky for you, but a little goes a long way as far as your pigments. And you can see I just put a very tiny amount on my board here and added water to it and have plenty to do another painting with. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish these colors up so you can see them. And then we're going to do a little painting. So they're really pretty. And if you're interested in the Rosa paints, you haven't tried them before, I will leave a link down below in the description box with all of these colors that I demoed. And I think they're all available on Amazon. A couple of them were out of stock, so just be aware of that, but they'll probably be restocking them. Okay, so since I have all these beautiful paints here, I don't want to waste them, right? Look at that. I have a hair in there. Does that happen to you? I don't know what it is. There's always a hair, and I'm trying to do this while I'm on camera, and it's so funny because I can't quite get it. I actually had to peek my head around the corner to grab a hold of that little hair. Oh, goodness. All right, so I'm just going to play with these. I'm just going to try out the colors. I'm adding a little bit of water. I love this color, and I really don't have the right brush for angling my petals on this. And you guys, if you've been following me around for a while now, you know that flowers are my nemesis, and especially I'm trying to make up a flower. I'm not even looking at anything. So this kind of like this little star flower, and I'm just going to go for it. Now, these are not the prettiest, but I just want to see how these colors are going to work together. So just a little bit of the, what was that one? I have to look at my color chart again. All right, so the first one was Naples Rose. The second one was Yellow Ochre. And now this is the Quinacridone Gold. So you can see I'm trying to maneuver my paintbrush around. I'm horrible at that too. I tend to like usually turn my paper more than I turn my brush sometimes. So let's pop a little bit of the reds in there. I think that's the Magenta Rose, maybe a little Magenta Rose. Try a little bit of the, I'm trying to look back at my thing here. I think this one was Indigo. That's not indigo, that is my turquoise. And now my lavender. This is where I start to go, okay, I don't like these little star thingies I've got going on here, so let's do like a rose shape. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. Just softening those petals out a little bit. It's a little better. Just made some bigger ones down in here. Again, adding a little water to it. I think I did a video on YouTube on my little roses. That was one of the things I did like to do. I kind of got that down. And I'm trying a little bit of that indigo. Again, beautiful color. Love that color. More roses. I find these much easier to do. So that's something else that I like to do when I first get my new paints. Just kind of try them out, see how they're going to work together, and try a little bit of color combos. So I'm getting in like the basic colors. I think trying every color that I have here. Let's go ahead and throw a little bit of leaves in here since I'm using my olive green shade. We might as well do leaves, right? And then going into the Payton's Gray, again, some more leaves. And then trying a little bit of that Magenta Rose to make a rose. And a little sepia. I'm now starting to mix a little bit. So I've got a little bit of the sepia, a little bit of, what is that color? That's the magenta. No, that's the Quinacridone Lilac that I'm trying in there. And again, I'm trying to make up my own flower. I don't know what this is, just a funny little shape. Again, experimenting and playing, right? And then maybe I was thinking like a little tulipy kind of thing, but didn't like that. So we're going to make that a little bit larger. I'm starting to blend some of those colors in here. Putting some stems in. And this is where I get to the point where I'm like, okay, so I have all the basic colors in there. And now I'm just going to really just go for it. And I'm going to layer on top of others. Let them blend and bleed. I've got some wet into wet going on here now. And I can see how some of these colors are going to react with the other colors. Again, not my favorite painting, but it's not a planned painting. It's just basically testing out colors. And flowers are a great thing to test colors with because you can just do all these little funny shapes. And I really like the turquoise and the lavender together. I really like that one. So you can see how some of these colors are blending, and then I just thought, okay, so if we blend all of these together, what do we get? I was, thinking I was going to get mud, but I didn't. I got a nice soft gray, very pretty. So I thought I'd try that in here too. Pinks and grays look really nice together. It looks nice with the lavender. It looks nice with that turquoise color. And if you think about it, all of these colors mixed together are going to coordinate with that one color that we mixed. So maybe do a little splatter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to test out your paints. Get yourself a color chart. See how it goes. So I hope you have fun exploring this week. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and we'll see you in the next one.